A dark but fantastic descent into the pits of hell, Darksiders Genesis keeps faithful to the isometric genre much like the amazing Diablo series. It's worthy of standing next to the giants of the genre like Path of Exile with its top-down hack-and-slash gameplay. Publisher THQ-Nordic and developer Airship Syndicate have delivered a fantastic game with very few faults that deserve every bit of praise I'm about to give it. So let's get to my review.
Do not mourn.
Do not doubt. Your actions in Eden were tragic, but necessary.
Eden was intended for humanity, not the Nephilim.
It was a great victory for the balance. For you, Horsemen.
Victory?
You're the Horsemen, part of the Nephilim Beings that were spawned from the unnatural union of angels and demons. And these brothers pledged themselves to the Council for great power. But this power didn't come without a cost, because they were ordered to wipe out the rest of their kind. And so this is where our story begins. You're now tasked with hunting down the master demons throughout hell and restore a little balance so creation itself doesn't unravel. The story is filled with conspiracies to discover and funny banter between the two brothers. It was absolutely enjoyable throughout the entire game, and I never once lost interest in the plot or my mission to defeat the next challenge because the story itself was just plain well written. It's hard to criticize this game because there's so much right with it. I actually struggled to find some faults. The isometric design was fantastic and well laid out, except for a few cases where my view was obstructed by the foreground. The controls and action felt smooth. Also, slashing and shooting through enemies never felt old. Each of Warren Strice's attacks were unique and fitting for every situation in the game. I also loved how I could pull off powerful maneuvers after I collected enough coins and souls to upgrade. This upgrade system led me to the arena section of the game, which is a fun way to challenge yourself and earn some extra souls to upgrade further. Or you could even hit up the previous chapters to try and discover some secrets you may have missed on your previous run-through. Because the puzzles are abundant in this game, the secrets they hold are rewarding. There's also a core system incorporated in the game that takes a little time to understand. But once you got it, you'll see that your skills increase tenfold to help you defeat the many bosses that you'll face. But many of the bosses felt very similar, which was kinda disappointing. There's also 16 chapters in the campaign, and it takes around 15 hours to beat. That's if you don't stop and have a little fun in the arena. And don't let me forget, if you want to have a friend join you, co-op is also an option in the game. Also, be prepared to learn the different fighting styles between the two brothers, because each has its benefits, and they differ immensely, so knowing both will help you greatly in this game.
Eden. It still burns after all this time.
This place, it's a tomb. No one should be here, including us.
Tomb. Our tomb. Come, rest with us, brothers.
The graphics are great, and you can tell the developers put some real love into its design. The atmosphere of each chapter is unique in its own way, with lava pits to the swampy forest and dark dungeons. Attacks and explosions will light up the screen, and every bit of detail looks fantastic. The foreground and background are well detailed too, and sometimes can make for an interesting view, but unfortunately with a slight obstruction. But the vines and lights that hang from the ceiling in the foreground were an awesome touch. The soundtrack was also excellent and fit well with the atmosphere of the game. While the voice acting couldn't have been done any better, it really brought the whole game to life. THQ-Nordic and Airship Syndicate have really brought Darksiders to where it belongs. The isometric genre is where this series shines, and I had an absolute blast playing it. I can safely give this game a 9 out of 10. Darksiders Genesis is available now on PC and Stadia. Also, for the Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Nintendo Switch on February 14th, 2020. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoy my content, please like and subscribe.